Hey guys and gals, welcome back to our channel, doing redneck things off grid. Tonight we're doing a video on gardening in the desert. It is 7:38. It's still 106 degrees outside, so we do our watering in the evening so as we don't burn our plants up during the day. So if you water during the day and you leave water on the leaves, it becomes like a magnifying glass and it burns your leaves. And it's bad. We're looking at the next week or so 113 degrees every day, so we're having to water at night again. We were watering 2 times a day, but it turned out to be too much, so we had to back off on the water because we were getting some yellowing of the leaves and stuff like that. So alright, let me show you the wild horses came in, and I always like to get those guys on film. So here's the there's the baby right there, and oh, she just walked behind Tanya's horses. So anyway, we'll get that back on there. So anyway, here's what we got. This is Leanne's garden, and it's doing fairly well since we changed our watering schedule. She's got some petunias here, and here we got some there's her lettuce, and as you can see, water got on them leaves and it sat out overnight. She's got a big old sunflower that's a volunteer. I left the cucumber out yesterday and it fried. Whoops, dang it. So here's her cucumbers. Here's her tomatoes. She's got some onions in the back there. Another sunflower. Another tomato. These are radishes. That is acorn squash. These are orange bell peppers, yellow bell peppers. A bell pepper, I'm not sure, she didn't leave the tag on that one, but then these are green. And she has petunias and marigolds. We're not sure what that is yet. It's a volunteer, so we're gonna let it grow and see what happens. So she's got some marigolds. Here are the strawberries. Because it's so hot, they're really getting hard to grow. And let me tell you guys, we chose to do above ground gardening because here in Pahrump, Nevada, it's used to be a lake at one time back in history and stuff like that. The ground, Neela, get out of the flower bed, get out of that. And so there is wild Bermuda, as you can see. Let me zoom in on those right there. Those weeds right there are tumbleweeds. They are wild here also. So we have wild Bermuda and wild tumbleweeds. So we chose to do above ground gardening because it's just easier to do. We put the gravel down to keep the weed control because the ground does get hard. We got a weed spot over there in the corner by the gate. That is wild Bermuda right there on the ground, and it's kind of crazy that all you got to do is water here. You don't have to plant any grass seed. It does grow. It grows wild. It's crazy ground. It's some of the most fertile ground in the area. So let me get in this sun. There we go. It's pretty fertile. So we're this is our desert gardening. It's hot. It's hot and it's windy, and the wind and stuff takes a toll on its stuff. So let me finish my tour of Leanne's garden for you. Alright, here is a grapevine that we purchased this year, and it's starting to finally get blooming since we changed our watering schedule. This is black raspberries. As you can see, the corn has just taken a beating because of the heat. What are you doing in the garden? Get out of there. Get out of there. Good girl. It just takes a beating because it is so hot here that you can't, it's hard to keep up with the water, and makes it difficult. I talked to some people. We're in process of working on putting a lean-to over this, a canvas lean-to, to eliminate the super hot sun in the afternoon, because the sun comes up, you know, that's east over by where the house, and that's east, and the sun sets right now right there behind, so we're getting that thing of sun as the arch of the sun during the day, so making it difficult to grow, because in Nevada, from noon until dark is the hottest part of the day, where a lot of places in the Midwest where I grew up, the hottest part of the day is from like 11 in the morning till 1, 2 in the afternoon. So here we're faced with difficulties of the sun. We have a lot more sun. This is Leanne's watermelon. We lost it and it came back. Like I said, we've had to change our watering schedule to make it in the afternoon. Back here, we left this ungraveled because we're going to expand the garden just far enough so that her horses can't reach over and eat the vegetables and stuff. All right, here's the wild horses, as that horse stays out of the way. There they are. They're over there eating scraps that are left when you take hay out of the barn. And Tanya's 2 horses are doing pretty well. So, but there they are. There's 3 mares, and I believe the baby's a mare also, and the paint is a stallion. And they come by once or twice or 3 times a week to eat here. So anyway, back to the desert gardening. So we're faced with some difficult choices in gardening in the desert, because, you know, like I said, from noon, 11 o'clock noon, it starts getting hot, and as the afternoon progresses, like right now, it's going on 8 o'clock at night, and it's still 106 degrees. So I'm gonna water everything right now. I think Leanne was watering trees. Leanne hasn't been feeling good. She's got kind of like a cold. So, but here's a prime example. Like I already showed you this, but this is a prime example. If you get water on the leaves, this is my fault, because I've been watering for Leanne. This is her sunflower. She got volunteer when she had. That's a shame I wasted that cucumber, but cool thing is the horses will eat it. So she got onions back here. Cucumbers are doing good. There's some cucumbers back down under there. I don't know if you can see them or not, but I gotta go through here and pick the cucumbers. My rhubarb, we thought we lost that and then it magically came back in the plant. But look at how thick those stalks are from we moved it into the shade, and it has done a lot better, so it doesn't get that a hot afternoon. There's Leanne's onion bed. The onions are doing pretty good. Another very difficult thing to grow here is beans. It's just too hot. So placing your crops in where we're placing them in the garden, we're still learning. This is our third garden here, and we're still learning now. We've done some research, and we're gonna like I said, we're gonna put a lean-to to cover half of the garden, so we don't burn up. So we don't burn up in the afternoon hot sun, but it'll still get morning sunlight, so half the day. So it's pretty interesting trying to garden in the desert. We've learned a lot. Like I said, this is our third year, and it's a challenge. It really is. You know, because one time you don't water too much, you can lose your whole crop. So I'm going to start watering, and there's something really cool. So you teach your dogs what weeds to eat, because they like to eat grass. They're eating the Bermuda grass. That is a rose bush. Guys, get out of there, huh? They're eating that. That is the Bermuda grass that I'm talking about. It grows wild here. And so does this, what they call, I can't remember what they call it, but it's another grass that's indigenous to Nevada and grows wild. And here's another, see how it grows on vines. That's Bermuda grass, and the dogs like to eat it. So this is a rose bush. Oh, we got a rose coming out. Look at that, nice little rose coming out. Some more petunias. This is a grape that got transplanted that we lost. So there ain't much we can do without that. And then we got these flowers. I think these are, I can't remember what they are. Anyway, so there's some more flowers. The flowers, as you can see, the leaves are yellowing because it is so hard to keep water in flower pots here. So we're gonna eventually work up to getting a drip irrigation system. She's got potatoes here. She's down to 2 plants. We got this whole bed is full of potatoes, and we have to dig them up, see if we got anything. And there is Neela, Dozer, Tootsie, Silver, and there's the squirrel. And I don't know where, Camel's wandering around here somewhere. So anyway, that's a little bit about desert gardening. We have some particularly tough challenges to meet. You know, it's like, if you don't stay on top of it, you can lose your crops real quick. It's like these tomatoes. Well, I got some ripe ones on there, but it's difficult because it's just so dang hot. You know, last year we got hammered with hornworms, and this year we're getting leaf curl because the soil we got this year from our local nursery wasn't as good as the soil we had last year. This is, you know, that, like I said, our acorn squash, we do have some squash in there. I didn't even see that. So, hey, look who came to visit us.
What happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
Dad.
I don't know. I lost that cucumber I laid out here last night too.
Lost my lettuce.
It's hot.
What the heck?
Let me turn this off. Alright, so these are hot peppers. They, I don't know what kind. That is horseradish. Horseradish, my zinnias, petunias. So we're over here. I got all of this watered. The peppers are watered. That poor little helpless little bugger right there is taking a beating because of the heat. I just conferred with the boss. We are going to have to start watering every day again because our next week or so is going to be crazy hot. So, but we use, the dogs are out there hanging. So anyway, that's kind of our challenge that we have. Like I said, we're going to put a lean-to up, sort of a greenhouse effect to block we're going to let light come through, but not the direct sun, because it's just this time of the year it's just too hot. We're supposed to be in the monsoon season, but as you can see, oh, there's a cloud down there, so that's what we're dealing with here in Pahrump, Nevada. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned some things. I'm not the best gardener in the world. I've been out of the gardening stuff for years. Just the last 3 or 4 years we've gotten into it. The garden we had at our other house before we bought this property, we planted a garden. It was going really good, and the wild Bermuda took it over and it turned into a pasture for our horses. It's just it's some crazy ground out here. It's nuts. But we're doing the best we can. We're learning a little bit each year. We're finding our corn. Our corn did a little better here because the afternoon sun is blocked by my dad's old RV and our little storage RV. This is our first year for acorn squash. Tomatoes, we had big bushes last year and hardly any tomatoes. This year we got tomatoes and smaller bushes, and everything else is doing pretty good. So alright guys and gals, thank you for watching this video. I hope we give you some kind of insight to gardening in extreme climates. We're still learning as we go. We're learning we gotta kind of cover our plants and protect them from the hot sun, because like I said, from starting about 1 o'clock till 5 o'clock is our hottest part of the day, and it just cooks the plants because it don't get. Right now the sun went down about 15-20 minutes ago, and it's still like 104, 105 out. So we're gonna have to. That fly's biting me. Look at that. It's biting me. That's crazy. Oh, that's another thing. Everything in the desert bites. It's like I've seen bugs out here that aren't on the bug chart. There's some scary ass bugs. So anyway, God bless everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Hope we give you some pretty good insight for hot climate gardening. Me and the dogs, thank you Leanne. Thanks you, Leanne's come out for a little bit, and I got my orders from the boss to I got to water every day now, so which is fine, you know. Had some I lost some cucumbers because I didn't water last night, so just goes to show the difference if you don't stay on top of your garden out here in the desert, you can lose it real quick. So God bless everybody. Support your troops. Support each other. Take care of your family. Be ready for anything. God bless everybody, and I will see you on the next time.